Hey y'all, I'm back with another recipe. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make my jalapeno pepper pork chops. Okay, I got my pan over there with my grease in it getting hot. I got my jalapenos already roasting. I have my center cut chops over there that needs to be cleaned. I cleaned them with water, vinegar, and salt. Okay, I dried them. Now I'm going to cut the fat off. If you guys like fat, like I like fat, keep it on. If you don't, cut the fat off. I have to cut the fat off because the other people in my household, they don't like fat, so it gots to go. Okay, I'm going to cut this fat off my pork chop, and then I'm going to cut my pork chop up in little bite size pieces. If you do this dish, you can cut them up however you like. But me, I cut mine up in bite-sized pieces. And I'm going to show you the size that I cut mine up in. That's the size I cut mine up in. And as you can see, I leave the bone in and leave some of the meat on the bone because y'all all know that bone carry flavor, and they're going to put flavor in that dish. Okay, so I done got my chops cut up. I'm going to start seasoning them with garlic powder, onion powder. And guys, if you do not eat pork chops, you can omit the pork chops and you can make this dish with boneless chicken breasts, or you can make it with boneless chicken thighs. Do it the way you want to do it because in your kitchen is your dish. Okay. I also added complete seasoning. Now I'm going to add seasoning. Adobo seasoning, and I just put a little bit of adobo seasoning in it because that adobo seasoning have salt. You can also, they also have one without the sodium, but I made a mistake and picked up the one with the sodium in it, so I just used a little bit. And I also used my black pepper. I have my jalapenos over there roasting. You want your jalapenos to roast on all sides, okay? If you have to go in there and turn them over and roast them on all sides. Okay, I put my pork chop in the hot grease, and we're going to let them pork chops sizzle on both sides, but we're not going to cook them all the way through. We're going to just let them sizzle. We're going to take them out because they're going to cook in the sauce. I put my jalapeno peppers in a wet, clean dishcloth. And what that gonna do, that wetness and the heat from the jalapenos, is gonna soften the skin for it to be easy to peel. You can also use a wet paper towel. Okay. Okay. Now I'm cutting up my onions and my garlic cloves. Again, guys, this is an easy dish. Okay. If you are not a pork eating person, you can easily put what you want. You can put boneless breasts, boneless thighs. It still would be good. Okay, we got that done. We're going to set them to the side, and I'm going to come over here and check on my pork chops, and it's time for them to be flipped. So I'm going to flip my pork chops. And guys, with this jalapeno pepper pork chop, I'm pairing it up with yellow rice and cabbage tonight. And that will be our dinner. Okay? Okay, I done flipped them. We're gonna let them sizzle on both sides. I got my jalapenos ready to be skinned and cut. My pork chops is done. That's how you would like them. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to take them out the pan and we're going to set them to the side and we're going to work on these jalapeno peppers. You see how easy that skin come off, y'all? That's what I'm talking about. That's why you put it in that wet cloth, okay? Or that wet paper towel. We're gonna take the skin off these jalapenos, and we're gonna take the seeds out of them. If you like heat, if you like a lot of heat, be my guest. Keep the seeds and the stems in there. If you do not like heat, remove the stems and the seeds. Me and my family, we like a little kick in there. So what I do, I remove all the stems and all the seeds. And on the other one, I just remove half of the stem and some of the seeds. And we're going to chop these jalapenos up so we can go over to the stove and start on our sauce. Okay, we're coming over to the stove. We're going to begin to make our sauce. I drained the pan and I left a little bit of oil in there. That just so the onions can start sweating. So we're going to add our onion and our garlic, and we're going to let that cook until the onion starts sweating and the garlic start releasing its fragrance. Okay, we're going to come in with our tomato paste. I'm using 2 teaspoons of tomato paste. Because now we're building them flavors for that sauce, okay? So we're going to use 2 teaspoons of tomato paste. And again, guys, my tomato paste, it have basil and garlic in it. And that is like one of my favorite tomato paste to use. Okay, we're going to put a chicken bouillon in there. I'm using chicken bouillon because I did not have no chicken stock or no chicken broth. So if you have chicken stock or chicken broth, you can use that as your liquid. I didn't, so I'm using chicken bouillon and water. And it's still gonna come out. So tasty. We're gonna stir that up in there. And I did not measure my liquid. I just poured it in there. I just eyeballed it. If it look like that's enough sauce you want, that's how much liquid you put in, okay? Again, I just eyeballed my liquid. Sorry guys, you probably hear a little background noise. Okay, we're gonna stir that up, and I let that sauce cook for like 3 to 4 minutes before I added the pork chops. I'm gonna season the sauce with the same season as I seasoned the pork chops with, and that is complete season, garlic powder, and onion powder. And we're gonna stir that seasoning into that sauce. And we're gonna add the pork chops in. We're gonna add the drippings and all, because that drippings got all that seasoning and that flavor in it, okay? And we're gonna make sure them chops is covered in that sauce. We're gonna put a little bit of salt in there. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. Guys, when you in the kitchen cooking, taste your food. Okay? You don't wanna put your food on the table and you be the laughing stock of the table. I'm just I'm just joking. But taste your food. Okay, we're gonna add the jalapenos in there. And I put the jalapenos in there, and I'm gonna stir, make sure the jalapenos is stirred in there. And I'm going to cover this, and I let this cook for a good 10 to 15 minutes. Okay? Until your pork chop, or until you know your chops is done. Guys, that is my jalapeno pepper pork chop dish. And it looks so good. I hope you guys try it. It's easy. It's delicious. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, God bless. Bye-bye.